Have you ever seen someone play football like the world around them just stopped existing? Like the ball was magnetically glued to their foot and the laws of physics didn't apply anymore? Well, that was Ronaldinho, and he did it all with a smile. In 2005, he juggled the ball 3 times in a row, hitting only the crossbar, without letting it touch the ground. No editing, no tricks, just pure magic. Ronaldinho didn't just play football, he turned it into a show. And today, I'm going to show you 10 moments when he simply broke reality on the pitch. Some of them you've probably seen, but others will absolutely blow your mind. Applauded by Real Madrid fans. Imagine walking into a stadium where everyone hates you and leaving to the sound of applause. That's exactly what Ronaldinho did in 2005 at the legendary Santiago Bernabeu against mighty Real Madrid. 2 goals, dribbles that looked straight out of a video game, and the calm swagger of a born genius. The first goal, a clean, unstoppable strike from outside the box. The second, a ruthless solo run, slicing through defenders and finishing with the confidence of someone who already knows he's won. And then, something historic. The Real Madrid fans on their feet, applauding a Barcelona player. It had never happened before, and it never happened again. Because when genius reaches that level, even the fiercest rivals forget the hate. But if you think that was his peak, wait until you see what he did 2 years earlier against England at the 2002 World Cup. Stunning free kick against England, 2002 World Cup. Have you ever seen a ball vanish into the air and drop perfectly into the top corner like it had a mind of its own? That's exactly what Ronaldinho did against England in the 2002 World Cup. Tense match, score tied, a wide free kick position. He steps up, and all eyes are on goalkeeper David Seaman. The shot rises, floats, and suddenly dips over the keeper. No chance to react. Seaman had moved a step forward, confident, but Ronaldinho wasn't just aiming for a cross, he was aiming for history. The stadium froze, Brazil exploded, and the world realized that this smiling kid was actually a genius under pressure. That goal instantly became one of the most iconic free kicks in World Cup history. And if you think his magic only came in the yellow jersey, wait until you see what he did before even joining Barcelona. The day Ronaldinho humiliated Dunga, 1999 final. Imagine a 19-year-old kid making a World Cup champion look completely lost. That's exactly what happened in 1999 during the Gaúcho Championship final, one of the toughest local rivalries in Brazil. Ronaldinho's Grêmio was facing International, their biggest enemy. Still just a teenager, Ronaldinho found himself face-to-face with Dunga, the captain of Brazil's 1994 World Cup team, known for his strength and no-nonsense style. In one breathtaking moment, Ronaldinho flicked the ball over Dunga's head, a perfect rainbow flick, and right after that, he pulled off a flip-flap right in front of him, leaving the entire stadium in disbelief. The crowd went wild. His teammates laughed in shock. Even Dunga could only shake his head and walk away. That was the moment everyone realized a new generation had arrived. The era of brute force was over. The era of flair, creativity, and joy had just begun. Years later, when Dunga became Brazil's head coach, he famously left Ronaldinho out of the 2010 World Cup squad. Coincidence? Payback? A tactical choice? No one really knows. But anyone who saw that match understood one thing. That kid wasn't just a football player, he was the beginning of a revolution. When the world's toughest defense became a joke. You ever heard a player say defenders actually helped him look good? Well, Ronaldinho once said exactly that about Italian defenders. They always came with their legs wide open, so I just passed the ball through. And it wasn't a joke. It was pure truth. Back when he faced teams like Juventus, Inter Milan, and Roma, he treated those legendary defenses like a personal playground. Every touch was a lesson in timing, flair, and surgical control. Italy was famous for tactical, defensive, no-nonsense football, but Ronaldinho, he tore that apart with a single touch. Nutmegs, rainbow flicks, flip-flaps, all kinds of crazy skills. While others played to survive, he played to entertain. Defenders would go in hard, full of confidence, and end up looking like a highlight reel victim. Because when the ball sticks to your feet like it's part of your body, it doesn't matter how fast you are, you've already lost. It was like he could read defenders' minds. Before they even decided whether to close the gap or open their legs, the ball was already gone. And the best part? He did it all with a smile. While the defender hit the ground, Ronaldinho would just keep going, as if to say, thanks for the space. Those matches cemented his reputation as El Brujo, the wizard. He didn't just play football, he enchanted it. But here's the crazy thing. It wasn't all improvisation. There was a detail in his game that quietly changed football forever. How Ronaldinho reinvented free kicks in football. Have you ever noticed that today, for every dangerous free kick, there's always a player lying down behind the wall? It seems like a small detail, but it's a direct legacy of Ronaldinho. Before him, it didn't exist. Free kicks were predictable, over the wall or, at most, a powerful shot straight at goal. But when Ronaldinho stepped up, all logic went out the window. The ball left his foot like it had a GPS. It rose, hung in the air, changed direction, and dropped exactly where no one could reach it. Buffon, Casillas, Seaman, legendary goalkeepers, already perfectly positioned, and yet they were still fooled. Then coaches realized you couldn't just rely on the wall anymore. The solution? Lay someone down behind it, not to block the shot, but to try to guess what trick was coming this time. For the first time, football had to change a tactical approach just to deal with a single player. Ronaldinho didn't just take free kicks, he forced football to evolve. And if you think his impact stopped at set pieces, wait until you see how he turned a hostile stadium into the place where he felt most at home. Debut for Barcelona with a stunning goal. Have you ever seen someone join a new club and win over the entire crowd in just 90 minutes? That's exactly what Ronaldinho did on his debut at Camp Nou in 2003 against Sevilla. The match ended in a draw, but that didn't matter. In the 84th minute, he received a pass from Giovanni, cut inside, and unleashed a thunderbolt into the top corner. The ball hit the net and the stadium erupted as if they had already won everything. At that moment, Barcelona didn't know it yet, but they were witnessing the birth of a legend. The fans cheered, hugged each other, and Ronaldinho, with that iconic smile, seemed to say, "Relax, this is just the beginning." It wasn't just a goal, it was a promise. And in the following years, he fulfilled every part of it, lifting Barcelona out of crisis, restoring its identity, and turning the team into a spectacle. And if you think he only dazzled during matches, wait until you see how he performed magic even during training sessions. The legendary Nike boot test, 2005. Have you ever seen someone play with gravity and win? In 2005, Ronaldinho was invited by Nike to test a new pair of boots at a private event. The challenge? Hit the crossbar 3 times in a row without letting the ball drop. Other professionals tried before him and couldn't even hit it once. Ronaldinho? He smiled and scored 3 in a row as if time had slowed down. With every thud on the crossbar, everyone watching couldn't believe their eyes. It seemed like magic, but it was just Ronaldinho being Ronaldinho. The video went viral later as the impossible test. But for those who had already seen him play, nothing was impossible. He trained like it was a show and played like it was a game. And if you think that magic was only in his feet, wait until you see how he used his entire body to create the unimaginable. The genius vision that shocked football. You know that pass where you watch and think, there's no way the ball can go there? Well, Ronaldinho saw paths no one else could. While defenders were trying to guess his next move, he had already seen the play 2-3 seconds ahead. Backheel passes, threading balls through impossible spaces, curling passes slicing through the entire defense, and of course, the famous no-look passes. The opponent thought he was distracted, but by the time they realized, the ball had already reached the striker, free in front of goal. It was almost unfair, as if he had a secret map of the pitch, a full 360-degree vision. For Ronaldinho, a pass was never just a pass. It was turning the obvious into a spectacle, making the crowd gasp and leaving opponents completely baffled at how the ball had traveled there. And that was on the field, under pressure with thousands watching. Now imagine what he could do in a simple demonstration, in front of an audience, because that day, even gravity seemed to obey the magician. A funny moment during a lecture. Have you ever seen a ball come back to someone all on its own? In 2018, during a lecture, Ronaldinho tossed a ball to the audience, but it bounced and returned straight to his hands. In a funny moment, he just smiled and walked away with the ball in his arms. It wasn't luck, it was destiny, as if the magician had pulled off another one of his tricks. Because even off the pitch, the ball seemed to recognize its true owner. And now, after 10 moments that shocked the world, there's only one question left. Does football still allow a genius like him? Ronaldinho was more than just a player, a magician who turned football into pure magic, with the freedom of a child and the genius of a master. He didn't just score goals, he created memories. He didn't just dribble, he brought smiles. And even today, when the ball always seems to find its way back to him, it's a reminder that some talents are unique and unforgettable. Now tell me, which of these 10 moments left the biggest mark on you? The nutmeg on Dunga, the goal at the Bernabeu, the free kick against England, or that simple gesture of the ball returning to his hands? Comment below and share your story with the magician. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and come relive more magical moments. Because some geniuses deserve to be celebrated, and Ronaldinho is definitely one of them.